In this video, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk a little bit more about nutrition, but we're going to do something specific with nutrition. We get to watch Dave Stultz, my partner and one of the coaches here at Fearless, eat beef for the first time since the 5th grade. But not only beef, he's going to eat raw beef. The reason we're doing this is I have, for the last few years, played around with a little bit of a raw diet. Not just raw vegetables, raw fruits, raw green juices, which are all great, but also some raw meat. The reason I've done this is I played with the raw paleo diet as described by Melissa Henig and in her book, Raw Paleo. We have Melissa here today to kind of take us through how this works, why it's healthy for you, how to get the right cuts of meat to make sure it's safe, the right way to prepare it, and that type of stuff. Now, one of the benefits that comes with this, and the reason we do it, is it has a lot to do with gut health. Gut health is huge for creating an emotional connection to your body. Building a strong gut with the right bacteria, the right health, the right ecology is really powerful in creating an emotional relationship to your body, which then allows you to connect to other people better. I had a huge problem with this for many years. I had a very damaged gut, leaky gut syndrome, and I had to do a lot of really healthy cleansing and eating of proper probiotics and bacteria to kind of get my gut back in shape. And the raw paleo diet was very powerful in helping me to make changes in this area. So kind of suspend your opinions for a little bit, take a look at the video. We're gonna have another video where we interview Melissa. Take a look at that one and then let us know what you think. Okay, so with no further ado, we're gonna cut to Dave and Melissa and the preparation of the food. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
Hi, I'm Melissa Henig, and I'm here with Dave Stultz. And we are here in Hollywood making a steak tartare video today. And it's super exciting because you don't eat meat.
Well, I don't eat red meat.
You don't eat red meat?
No.
Or raw meat.
Or raw meat.
So this is like a big deal.
This is a very big deal.
So I have to interrupt here really quick. This man, I've been trying to get him to eat raw meat now, or try it, because it's I've been doing it a while, for over a year.
Yeah.
And he's refused me at every turn. And this pretty lady comes along and she says, "Would you like to eat raw meat?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's film a whole video around it." And the next thing you know, we're here eating raw meat. So just so you know how this got started, I wanted to come in and say
like
that.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, it's like magic.
So,
Yes.
I'll see you guys later. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So this is really simple, and I think you're gonna like it. We're gonna make it easy, fast, and delicious.
Cool.
How's
I'm
that
looking
sound?
forward to it.
Okay. So the first thing is I stopped over at Bel Campo. It's right here in Santa Monica. And it's all about sourcing really clean meat. And so it's grass-fed and finished. And that's one of the main things people are always asking about: bacteria and parasites.
Sure.
And is this safe? But if you source clean food from clean animals, it's perfectly safe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is it. This is a tenderloin cut. And it's so funny because sometimes it's like, wow, I'm really going to be eating that raw. But it is delicious. So this is actually a half pound of meat, and I'm just going to start.
Go for it. Let's see it.
Yeah, you just get a really sharp knife and you just start cutting it into tiny little pieces. Some people use a food processor to cut it, whatever the easiest way for you is. But they've been eating raw meat all over Europe. It's steak tartare in France. Like, you've heard of this.
Sure,
all over.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And then what are your main misconceptions around raw meat that people come to you with, that they're just clueless and don't know?
The one thing is the fear. I feel
Sure.
like people are afraid of food. Like I used to say, oh, do I really want everyone to eat all this raw meat and all this raw food? But now I just think, I don't want people to be afraid of food. So yeah, well, one of the big misconceptions is the fear of the bacteria, the fear of the parasites. Is this safe?
Sure, but a lot of that comes from factory farmed animals and poor living conditions.
Yeah, you know what it comes from is conditioning, what we're exposed to, what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it here. Just, you can do this smaller if you want, and then you put it in the bowl. Do you want to try it?
Just right now? We're not going to flavor it?
No, not that. I meant the cutting part. Or do you want me to just keep going here?
Well, you're such a pro at it. I'll just let you go to town.
Oh. I mean, I am not afraid to definitely eat a little piece of this. But
Well, again, I haven't eaten any red meat at all since I was in 5th grade. And that's
fifth grade?
5th grade. So that's a
Wow.
long time ago.
Yeah.
And I was vegetarian for 10 years, and then I got back into eating meats, eating chicken and turkey. Those are my 2 meats that I eat, but always cooked.
And when did you start that again?
Probably a decade or so ago.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I hear you make a good chicken ceviche as well.
Yes, that is the last step, but I do make chicken ceviche.
Okay.
I like to start people with raw butter, raw eggs, raw meat, and then talk about raw chicken,
Raw
right?
chicken, yeah. Because that has a little bit more of a stigma to it than the beef, huh?
That really freaks people out, yeah. But I
Sure.
soak it in lemon for a couple days, so.
Perfect.
Actually a couple days. So next we're gonna put parsley. I didn't do the whole piece because I want to just get it in here and show you.
Okay.
So it's raw meat, parsley, and all these ingredients. It's almost like making a salad, except you're adding this raw meat to the top of it.
All right.
That's how I feel the taste when it's done. It tastes like a salad.
Perfect.
Okay, so you're open to eating this meat now?
Yeah, I want to give it a try. I mean, I've been buying your chocolate mousse from you, which I love. It's had a lot of great detoxing effects on my body, and I have really bad candida, and we've been going at that and trying to kill it for, a little over a year now, and
You're right.
and things have been coming along pretty nicely with that.
Next is
But with the raw butter and stuff like that, I've noticed a huge amount of
Great.
decrease in the bloating and the swelling of the body and the inflammation, and so I was like, sure, why not try this?
This is the next step. You started with the raw chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
That's a great way to start.
That into butter, into raw meat now.
Great.
So we'll see how it goes.
Well, the body's made up of fat and protein. So this is, you're getting your raw protein in the body. So it's going to help with candida too.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely trying to get rid of the candida. It's miserable.
Yeah, it is. And this is it's a noticeable difference when I eat raw meat. I eat both, cooked and raw. Our ancestors ate both, raw meat
Sure.
and cooked meat. And when I eat cooked meat, I'll start with the cooked, I definitely feel like it slows me down. Oh, God, this is so strong. I might start crying. Yeah, so the cooked meat, it doesn't digest as well. That's one of the main things in life is working on really good, easy, simple digestion.
Sure.
That's where you start with health, is in the gut. So, the raw meat, you don't think of raw meat being alive with enzymes, but it's so strong for me. But the raw meat it's loaded with enzymes. So is the raw milk. So anything in its raw form has enzymes and probiotic. It has good bacteria.
To help heal any leaky gut, candida, any of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Oh, usually if I'm at home, a little trick for onions when you start crying is to turn on the water. That always helps.
Very nice.
Okay.
We don't have water available here in the kitchen right now.
Right? It's okay. This is a natural crying. Raw mustard. Oh, actually, you know what? I have this raw mustard at home I make. I did buy this. But there's no additives. There's no citric acid. It's organic mustard,
Okay.
which most people making this are probably going to buy. If
Sure.
you want to know how to make raw mustard, I have a recipe in my book.
Perfect. And you guys should definitely buy our book because I've been reading it and it's awesome, and I've learned a tremendous amount about eating raw. It's
Yeah,
and all
great.
its wonderful health benefits. So definitely excited to
Try this.
try this.
Yay! So these are capers, and same thing. They're organic, and there's no citric acid. There's nothing in here but capers and a little bit of sea salt. So I
Okay.
just try to keep the ingredients that I buy as clean as possible.
Sure,
Otherwise, I just would rather use a whole food or make
So
it.
what are the downfalls of the citric acid?
Oh man, I was wondering if you were going to ask me that.
Put you on the spot.
Well, it's a preservative. It's an additive.
Okay.
It's just not coming from a whole food source.
Sure. Okay.
So
that
I
makes
try
sense.
to keep things as clean as possible. This is extra virgin olive oil. I'm not measuring, but the measurements are in the book. It's about 2 tablespoons. And we're going to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And this is another probiotic. It's a
Excellent.
raw, fermented, unfiltered apple cider.
Which you can
and-
do shots of.
Yeah.
And
Shots of
our
apple.
crew behind the camera here was doing apple cider vinegar shots before we started.
We did. Yeah, it's delicious. A shot a day. This is a little bit of salt, sea salt, or you could use pink Himalayan salt. And sometimes at home I add a little bit of cayenne pepper, and that's it.
That's
So
it.
should we get messy here? Because
Sure.
usually at home I just kind of go for it and mix it all up. And
Okay.
here's what it looks like without being mixed. Okay.
And
So this
everybody can find this recipe in your book.
Yes.
This
This
exact
recipe,
that we're making.
it's in the raw meat chapter.
Okay.
And to me, it's beautiful. Sometimes cooked meat has a really black cooked look, and this
Like
is
it's
fresh.
dead? Like
Yeah,
it's
dead food. There's no enzymes in it. The proteins are denatured. Okay, so let's plate this. That's it. We should have
All
time.
right.
See how many minutes exactly it takes to make
Yeah,
this.
that was what, probably 7 minutes maybe?
Yeah. All right, so I got this little thing here so we can make a little tartare shape.
Okay.
A classic steak tartare in France.
All right.
All right. Here we go, right in the middle. Ooh.
Look at that.
Well, we gotta dress it up so it's all even.
Okay.
There we go.
Wonderful.
Oh, that looks good. Can't wait to taste it. You nervous?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So, as I was reading in your book, you were saying that when you start venturing into the raw meats, specifically the red meat, it has a massive detoxing effect on your body, and to just do a little bit at a time. So,
Yeah, look good.
I haven't eaten meat in decades,
Right.
red meat in decades. So,
Right.
this is literally the first time I've done this. So, how
Well,
much should I eat of this?
Yeah, good call. All raw foods are very detoxifying, and I've read a lot of studies about people taking raw meat and orange juice for a month. That's what they were eating,
Oh,
raw
wow.
meat, orange juice. And in 30 days, they tested their pee, and there was all these antibiotics and prescriptions and old vaccines, and it really did pull a lot out. So it is very detoxifying, and so are the raw proteins and the amino acid profiles. Everything
Sure.
in there is a detoxifier. So
Well, I'm sure
I
they'll
would
pull plenty of antibiotics out of my body because I was on a lot of them when I was a kid.
Were you?
So
Okay.
that's part of the
So it's
contributing factor to the candida.
right. You know, it's good to start slow. I would start with a couple teaspoons.
Okay. So that's like
You'll be okay.
that's
it's
a
good
that's
for
a that's a baby amount.
you. Yeah.
So, all right. So
Yeah.
let's see many years of not eating red meat and
Just pretend like you're in France at this gorgeous restaurant. This is very natural and normal.
not here in LA just hanging out looking at it.
Right? Yeah.
Well, here we go. Bon
Yeah.
appetit, right?
Bon appetit.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It really is.
Good. Let me try some.
A little more chewy than I expected, but
Is it?
it's not bad.
Wow.
It is really
that's
delicious.
So good. I love that.
Very good. That's a great recipe. I like it. So that was about 1 teaspoon that I just ate.
Oh, that was a half.
A half a teaspoon.
Yeah, you could do
I don't
more.
know my teaspooning.
I feel like, you know, even though you had those things in the past, the antibiotics, and you're pretty healthy. Like, you're not going to go into some major detox.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
and just fall over right here, right on
Oh
camera.
my gosh, what's happening? It's really good. Do you want to try it?
Sure.
Well, come on then, buddy.
I was thinking about having some myself.
Yeah.
So.
So the recipe is in my book
Wow.
here, called Raw Paleo, right here under the raw meat section. And it's really delicious and easy, and it's raw protein.
It's very good.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Very
Yay.
good.
This tastes really good because I used to get the steaks from you.
Yeah.
Not the steaks, the hamburgers.
Oh, right, the bison
Yeah.
burgers.
And I really like the way
Raw.
this tastes.
I would like to try the
mustard.
bison.
Yeah, it's really
And
good.
From personal experience, you do get a detox effect. A lot of
Yeah.
people wouldn't expect it because it's beef, but it's the raw nature of it with the enzymes, the bacteria that are still alive in it.
Right,
And,
yep. The amino
got-
acids.
and I got a number of little sore throats, but then I started to feel
Yeah,
better,
oh,
and
interesting.
as I'm eating, feel healthier and healthier.
Yeah.
And I came from a lot of health problems, so I used this a lot to get healthier
Yeah.
and a lot of knowledge from Melissa.
You'll
Yeah.
get stronger and
You were
stronger.
kind of like walking death. Yeah.
Oh
pretty much.
man, and I didn't see you at that stage though. When we first met, you were on your way out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a really bad place.
Yeah.
I got so skinny from bad candida, which I don't have anymore,
Right.
that my body, I was 139 pounds.
Wow.
I had sunken face, and I just looked skinny.
Yeah.
And so when I came out of that, it's actually really good.
It is. It's amazing.
When I came out of that, I started eating this way. I started to put on some size. I started to feel better. Now I don't eat this way all the time, a little bit here and there, but it's been a godsend for my intestinal tract. And
good. That's a good testimony.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And you said you don't eat this all the time, so I use this as a vitamin supplement. I eat cooked meat, but like 3 times a week you can eat this, and you don't have to take the CoQ10 and the B vitamins. It's all right here in its whole food form.
Cool.
So that's the whole thing. Like, I don't want to scare people. You have to eat raw meat all the time. You just eat it like you would take vitamins.
But you should.
Then there's also the pies, the mousse. This is all raw products you mix with raw, healthy foods that are actually really healthy for you, but they kind of look like a chocolate mousse or a pie, and they're delicious also.
Yeah, raw butter, raw dairy, raw meat. It's a raw omnivorous diet.
Yeah, it's delicious. So one more thing that I was just thinking about. Is there anything specific for women versus men when it comes to eating raw beef like this? I assume not to cut you off, but I assume for somebody who's in the weightlifting, bodybuilding, like this would be awesome.
They can eat more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a man can even eat 1 pound a day if he really wants to quickly put on muscle, because it's raw muscle. So like heals like builds like. So if you're eating muscle, I don't go to a gym or work out and I feel strong.
Sure.
Just from the diet. So yeah, if you are really looking at something more of instead of using protein powders and whey powders, you could do 1 pound a day.
Wow.
Yeah, you can build up to that.
That's pretty.
For a man.
That's pretty amazing. And then I noticed you said in your book as well, men can eat more raw eggs than women, or should.
4 raw eggs a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different body types and masses and weights, and
it's all kind of relative.
Yeah,
and it's a specific kind of raw egg, not just the stuff.
Yes, everything's pasture raised, grass fed, grass finished. It's all about sourcing really good, clean food.
And what would you say, just so if that person out there that's freaking out right now, like, you're not supposed to eat that way. You're not supposed to do that. You're gonna get sick. What would you say to them?
Well, I would just say to open your mind a little bit to something new.
No, I'm not getting sick.
Yeah, it's our conditioning and our beliefs, and it's just, rewiring our brain, unlearning all the old dogmas and the fear that comes around food, and just being open to new things and what you're exposed to. So now that we're eating it, and anyone that hangs around me eats it, it's just, it'll catch on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's great. And then just one more question. This is kind of a guy question. How does this work with building testosterone, sex drive, all that?
Well, when you eat the fat, for sure, in the fat, the testosterone, all the hormones are at the base of cholesterol. So the raw eggs are the cholesterol, and they're just going to build up from there. So for hormones and for men's testosterone, raw eggs is the #1 thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because, it's funny you mentioned cholesterol. I have actually dangerously low cholesterol.
Oh, yeah?
Very, very low.
Wow.
So I was getting sick a lot because my immune system was not being able to handle it. So this is a good source of clean cholesterol, and as well as the eggs.
Protein, fat, the eggs.
Excellent.
Yeah, women with the highest levels of cholesterol, they live the longest. Yeah.
There you go.
So
there's
keep eating that cholesterol, raw
Our
cholesterol.
doctor has been telling us that cholesterol gets a bad rep, and that we do need more cholesterol in our diet. And the whole idea that cholesterol in the past was bad for you, I guess that's been the rules on that have changed basically, right? Oh
yeah, it's been demonized for years, but they're actually now saying that cholesterol is good for you. It's good for your brain, your nervous system. It just is the integrity of the cell wall. Like, it keeps you together, keeps things running, it protects you. It's all changed. All the studies are changing now.
Nice.
It's good.
Excellent.
We can eat cholesterol.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming down and
You're
showing us
welcome.
this and making this for me. And
Thanks for eating it.
of course, you know,
Yeah.
it's.
I love when people eat raw meat. Yay!
Well, I enjoyed it. You guys should definitely enjoy it, and definitely buy Melissa's book. It's chock full of so much information.
Yes,
And-
thank you.
And
There
this lovely lady right here on the cover.
you go. Is that you? That's what everyone says. Is
That's
that
you.
you? That's
I have to get
me.
you to autograph this.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
yeah.
Definitely.
Great.
All right.
Thanks.
I hope you enjoyed that video. I thought it was awesome and a lot of fun. And make sure you comment below. I'm sure there's going to be a whole varied amount of comments on this. and I love to see them all. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and let us know what you want to hear more of. We're very interested in what our viewers want to hear more of here at Fearless, and we're very interested in really taking things to the next level. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and remember, as always, what would you do if you were not afraid? In society, men are supposed to be the confident ones. We're the ones that are handling the shit when the shit hits the fan, or the masculine ends. Let's put it a different way. Not men, the masculine. And since most men tend to prefer to be masculine, the masculine's job. Well, if it's all their fault and they're getting one after another, then you need to start looking inward. You see, the truth is that if you bring two miserable people together, and if you're miserable, unhappy, or you're judging women all the time, you're going to draw that into your life. You're going to draw a woman.